was so lit, son. Such a great game. It deserves every single accolade it got. Such a good game, son. Oh, so beautiful.
All right, don't you? I think it's time.
Oh, you don't mean...
Nigga, you know what I mean.
We about to revisit Olympus?
Then we gonna get in that Norse mythology, bro.
Aw, shit. It's time, people. It's time for the updated Honest Gaming history on the Ghost of Sparta himself.
The man who's too cool to call his son by name and just be yelling boy.
This week, we're giving you the honest lore of Kratos.
Play that intro, son.
So in case you didn't see our last in-depth explanation of Kratos' story pre-God of War 4, you can watch that right here. However, if you'd rather not switch videos, here's a quick recap to get you guys up to date.
So basically, Kratos is born a demigod due to Zeus not being able to keep his dangalang in his pants.
And like most demigods, when he was young, he didn't know about his godly status. Godlike parenting right there, Zeus.
Then the horny god of thunder heard a prophecy that one of his sons would lead to his demise.
Scared of the inevitable smoke coming his way, he sent Ares and Athena to capture the boy.
But they got the wrong boy. They kidnapped his brother Deimos instead and sent him to Thanatos, the god of death.
So Kratos continued living his life after this traumatic experience and eventually grew into a great Spartan warrior.
He had a whole family and shit. Life was great.
But then, during a losing battle against barbarians, he was forced to swear his allegiance to Ares in exchange for power.
He won the battle, but one does not simply swear their allegiance to a Greek god without some crazy shit happening afterwards.
To completely eliminate his only tie to the mortal world, Ares tricked Kratos into killing his own family, wife and daughter, dead.
This led Kratos to swear revenge against Ares and denounce his loyalty to the god of war.
So Kratos eventually ended up killing Ares and became the new god of war.
But then he got betrayed by the gods and got killed by Zeus.
Damn, son.
However, Kratos got saved by Gaia the Titan, the mother of Zeus.
Then he found a way to go back in time, bring back the Titans, and almost kill Zeus. Almost. Athena took the hit.
Zeus escaped to Olympus, but Kratos followed him up there with an army of Titans.
But then the freaking Titans betray him. My man can't catch a break.
With pretty much every single being in Greek mythology now on Kratos' shit list, he goes on a god and Titan killing spree, ending with the brutal demise of Gaia, then Zeus.
With Zeus dead, and the world ending in front of him because of all the gods he killed, Kratos attempts to end his own life by stabbing himself with the blade of Olympus. But him stabbing himself actually releases hope throughout the world, and basically saves it.
And Kratos is not really dead. His god powers must have healed him, and now he's in Norse territory.
And this brings us to God of War 4, or as I like to call it, God Dad Simulator. So God of War 4 begins many years after the last God of War title. Kratos is a father again. He has a son named Atreus, who's adorable at times.
I'm sorry.
Do not be sorry. Be better.
But also kind of crazy on the low.
That's what you get!
Unfortunately though, his wife, Faye, is dead. So as you can see, Kratos is still going through some shit.
As her dying wish, she asked her boo and her son to take her ashes to the highest peak in the 9 realms.
However, Kratos is apprehensive about this task because Atreus is known for getting sick randomly, and he doesn't feel like the boy is ready.
On top of that, Atreus is a little apprehensive too. You see, when Atreus was growing up, Kratos wasn't really around that often, which led to Freya being the main caretaker of the boy.
Now hold on, before you start calling Kratos a bad father and all that, the only reason for his long disappearances was because he was trying to train himself to better control his temper. So Kratos isn't out here being a bad father, he's just trying to be better. That's a motivational shit right there.
Be better.
But Atreus didn't know this, so he just thinks Kratos doesn't like him. So the boy is not too comfortable with his pops.
After a little hunting training that started off cute, but ended terribly because Atreus was wildin', some random ass stranger appears at Kratos' crib. The dude starts talking mad shit and even mentions Kratos' past, which Kratos has been keeping secret for good reason.
Kratos is then forced to beat the living shit out the dude and snaps his neck. But apparently the guy can't die or feel pain, so he'll be back.
Knowing that him and his boy are not safe here, Kratos reluctantly grabs Atreus and the ashes, then they head out on their quest to the highest peak in the 9 realms.
On the way, they go on another hunting venture, but this time the boy does good.
But the animal they hunted was actually the friend of a witch named Freya.
So Freya brings them back to her crib so they can help her heal the animal. This is what you get for just hunting whatever the hell you want, Kratos.
While Atreus searches for some ingredients to save the animal, Freya secretly confronts Kratos about his godly heritage and asks if Atreus is aware that he is part god.
Mind your damn motherfucking business, bitch! Little stupid bitch! Little dumb teacher, bitch! 2 + 2 not knowing what the fuck it is, bitch!
Freya warns Kratos that Atreus not knowing about his heritage puts him in grave danger, and they're already in danger because they're in Norse territory now, and these Norse gods don't take kindly to outsiders.
So she gives both Kratos and Atreus a mark that will hide them from the gods.
After the animal is healed, Kratos and Atreus continue on their quest, after Freya gives them a little shortcut.
The father and boy eventually make it to their destination after much bonding and many fights.
They overhear the stranger from the beginning of the game, who was revealed to be the god Baldur, son of Odin, talking to a being named Mimir, who has been permanently fused with a tree.
After Baldur and his band of goons leave, Kratos and Atreus decide to have a quick chat with Mimir.
Mimir tells them that after all their journeying, they came to the wrong place. The highest peak in all the 9 realms is in Jotunheim, the realm of the giants.
So Mimir offers to help the guys out, since all he really does all day is stay in that tree and get tortured by Odin.
Mimir tells Kratos to sever his head and go to someone who can revive it. Kratos, being the wise father he is, knows exactly who to go to: Freya.
They go to Freya, revive Mimir's severed head, then find out that Freya is actually a freaking god.
And you know how Kratos feels about gods.
You are God.
With their new companion revived, and Freya dropping god bombs, Kratos takes his squad and dips to find Jotunheim.
On their journey, they get attacked by Modi and Magni, the 2 sons of Thor.
Magni explains that Odin wants Kratos to surrender, but he doesn't give a reason as to why Odin wants Kratos, and Kratos ain't no bitch.
Kratos then proceeds to murder Magni, but Modi escapes.
Later, Modi ambushes them and pins Kratos down.
Modi overpowers Atreus and starts talking smack about Atreus' mother. This causes Atreus to lose his shit. He accidentally taps into his Spartan rage because, as you know, Atreus also has that Spartan gangsta within him, but then fucking dies in the process.
Well, he doesn't really die, he just gets crazy sick and passes out.
Kratos, being the stand-up father that he is, lashes the fuck out and forces Modi to retreat.
But with Atreus out of commission, they decide to head back to Freya to figure out what's going on.
Freya basically tells Kratos that Atreus not knowing the truth about his heritage is causing an internal conflict within him.
So if Kratos had told the boy the truth from jump, then none of this would be happening. So Kratos keeping shit to himself is not really the best idea.
So Freya lets Kratos know that the only way to save the boy is by going to Helheim. But the one stipulation is that his axe will not be of any use there.
So Kratos goes back home and switches up the whole game by retrieving the Blades of Chaos, the same blades that were given to him by Ares.
Kratos makes his way to Helheim, and after receiving flashbacks about his father Zeus, gets what he needs to save the boy. Mimir's nosy ass puts 2 and 2 together, then realizes that he is hanging off the hip of the legendary ghost of Sparta.
He then insists that Kratos tell Atreus the truth about everything, but Kratos tells him to mind his damn business.
They successfully heal Atreus, and after some awkward silence between the two, Kratos finally tells Atreus about their godhood.
Kratos was low-key scared about how Atreus would respond, but the boy answers back in the most childish and adorable way possible.
Can I turn into an animal?
Yo, tiny things like this are why this game is fire. Watching these little moments between Atreus and Kratos was beautiful. It reminded you that while these guys are warriors, they're also still father and son who are just trying to build their relationship. I honestly might have to make a Let's Talk episode about this. Let me know in the comments if I should.
Sometime after the big god reveal, Team Kratos runs into Modi again, but he's been beaten by his father for allowing Magni to die.
Atreus, who is now more cocky thanks to his newfound godhood, tells Modi to take back everything he said about Faye. Kratos tells him to chill. Modi's already beaten, there's no need to kill him. But then Modi starts talking that shit again. So Atreus stabs the dude and kicks him off a freaking cliff.
Kratos gets tight at the boy for refusing to listen, and reminds him that he taught him to kill in self-defense, not just cuz.
Atreus' adolescent ass ignores the scolding and continues to be a dickhead.
They make it to the gate of Jotunheim, but Baldur's annoying ass shows up again and ambushes them.
Atreus' dickhead ass ignores his father's commands again and allows Baldur to gain the upper hand. This forces Kratos to send them all to Helheim.
Kratos gives Atreus one final scolding, and they start making their way out of Helheim.
I am your father, and you, boy, are not yourself. You are too quick to temper. You are rash, insubordinate, and out of control. This will not stand. You will honor your mother and abandon this path you have chosen. It is not too late. This discussion is far from over.
Ooh, you in trouble. On the way, it is revealed that Baldur is actually the son of Freya. Apparently Freya blessed him with invulnerability, but this blessing was a curse in disguise, since it took away Baldur's ability to feel anything. So now Baldur wants his mom dead.
As they near the exit, Atreus and Kratos witness a vision of Kratos killing his father Zeus. However, Atreus ignores the vision and leads the way to their escape.
Once they make it out of Helheim, Mimir finds out another way to get to Jotunheim, but they need his other eye to do it. They retrieve his other eye, which just so happened to be in the belly of the world serpent.
I mean, Norse and Greek mythology are both kind of wild, so I shouldn't be surprised.
However, Freya shows up talking about her son.
Then Baldur shows up and is like, oh look, it's my mom. I'm about to kill this bitch.
Kratos and Atreus immediately jump into action to try and protect Freya, but Freya literally pulls a mom card and tries to break up the fight.
During the scuffle, Baldur punches the hell out of Atreus, which stabs him with the mistletoe arrow that breaks his invulnerability curse. Now this dude can die.
With that, the fight continues. Kratos and Atreus manage to find a way to keep Freya away and jump Baldur.
Right when Kratos is about to kill the asshole, Atreus pulls a Kratos card and reminds his father that Baldur is beaten. There's no reason to kill him.
You see that, folks? Everything comes full circle. Atreus just repeated a lesson that Kratos gave him earlier in the game, thus proving that Kratos' parenting is working. The boy is learning. I know I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. All these father-son moments within the game are fire.
So Kratos tells Baldur to leave him, his son, and Freya alone from now on, then leaves the bastard to enjoy his ability to feel again.
But shit ain't gonna end that easily. Baldur gets right back up and tries killing his mama.
So Kratos snaps his neck. The cycle ends here, bitch.
Freya gets all mad because Baldur is still her son and shit, then warns Kratos that she will use everything she has to fuck them up in the future.
She then basically tells Kratos that he is a monster, and he's too afraid to tell his son about the life he used to live.
So then Kratos straight up tells his son about his savage past and how they hail from the land of Sparta.
Boy, listen close. I'm from a land called Sparta. I made a deal with the god that cost me my soul. I killed many who were deserving, and many who were not.
Atreus, confused and kind of depressed about this, asks if these type of things always end like this, with the son killing their mother or father.
But Kratos, being the dope-ass father that he is, reassures Atreus that they will be the gods that they want to be, and they will be better.
I'm sorry, y'all. For those of you that said that Asura was the best father in gaming history, y'all were wrong. Kratos is the greatest father in gaming history. Point blank, period.
With the main enemy defeated, Kratos and Atreus temporarily leave Mimir to finally head to Jotunheim and complete their quest.
Within Jotunheim, Kratos unravels the bandages that cover the scars left from when he originally equipped the Blades of Chaos. He peacefully states that he has nothing left to hide, and he just kind of basks in his newfound emotional and mental freedom for a sec.
They arrive in a huge room, which reveals wall carvings that perfectly describe their whole adventure.
They deduce that somehow, Faye knew exactly what was going to happen. They also deduce that Baldur was never after them in the first place, but after Faye, not knowing that she was turned to ashes.
It is revealed that Faye was actually a giant, which makes Atreus part god, part giant, and part mortal according to Kratos.
And the kicker to all this, it is revealed that Faye originally wanted to name Atreus Loki.
Meaning in the next installment of God of War, we may see Atreus show his true god nature and start morphing into shit. But just because he was supposed to be named Loki doesn't mean he's the actual Norse god Loki. So he may not have all those powers, but I hope he does.
Afterwards, Atreus and Kratos spread Faye's ashes, then head back to Mimir.
Kratos tells Atreus that his name comes from an old Spartan warrior who reminded the Spartans of their humanity and always gave them hope. Mimir warns them of Fimbul Winter, the great winter that precedes Ragnarok, possibly foreshadowing the plot of the eventual sequel of this game.
Team Kratos heads back home to get some much needed rest, but Atreus gets hit by a dream of Thor, the god of thunder himself, confronting them.
Possibly another foreshadowing of what's gonna happen in the next game. And I really hope it happens. Thor versus Kratos? Whew, let's get it.
After Atreus wakes up, Kratos tells him not to worry about the dream, but Atreus tells his father that it all felt way too real, so Kratos just tells him that they'll deal with all that when the time comes.
And that is the honest retelling of Kratos' story. For now.
We'll be back to talk about the Spartan father and boy once a new God of War comes out.
But for now, just know that shit is about to get real in Midgard.
Thank y'all so much for watching another episode of Honest Gaming History. I hope you guys appreciated it and liked it and enjoyed it and all that great stuff. If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. If the beginning of the video confused you a little bit, don't forget a full version of all the stuff that happened before God of War 4 is in another video on my channel, and I'll link it here somewhere or in the description below if you want to find it there. Shout out to all my little patrons who make videos like this possible with their very kind donations. And if you are not already a patron but would like to become one, go to my Patreon page in the description below and find out how you can support the channel for as little as $1 a month, fam. And as you know, we still have shirts available. So if you wanna buy you a dope ass shirt, check out the link in the description and get you a shirt if you want one, or just look at them. I don't know. And as always, if you cannot afford a shirt or become a patron, that's fine. Liking, sharing, commenting, all that stuff still helps. And I'll still love you either way, so you're good. Oh, and sorry, hit that bell notification button, please, because if you don't, you'll never be updated with when I upload new videos, and yeah, you guys know the drill. With that being said, I am off this. Expect more Let's Talk episodes coming up, and also more Honest Gaming History episodes coming up. So as usual, be easy, stay lit, and take care.